morning. So the night is winding down. Everyone is going to bed. Me and her go to bed. And, at this point, I'm exhausted. It's like probably 11:30 p.m. Exhausted. Been grilling, been cooking, been socializing all day. Just tired. So she was falling asleep. I was falling asleep. But I was kind of tossing and turning a little bit in and out. So I think I fell asleep around like 12-ish. Woke back up around 1 because I just kept hearing bzz, 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 ding, ding, like messages. So I was like, it's 1 a.m. Usually she's not texting her girlfriends or anything like that because they got mans and husbands and stuff too. They don't be texting like that. So I was like, but oh well. So I kind of turned over a little bit and, I wanted to try to go back to sleep. So I went back to sleep, tried to, and still heard it. So I kind of turned back over and kind of cuddled her a little bit. And then as I was cuddling a little bit, I kind of saw her phone. And then I saw a man's name on there that I'd never seen before. So I was like, 1:30 a.m., a man's name that I don't even know. This don't even sound right. But I didn't press the issue right then and there until I kept hearing the bzz, 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 ding, ding, ding. So then I was like, yo, like, who you texting this late? And I could tell that she was kind of startled a little bit because she probably thought I was asleep or in and out of sleep or in a deep sleep. So that's what she was like, nobody, doom, doom, doom. I was like, nah, who you texting? Because I know she would tell me instantly who she texting. So, and then she wouldn't tell me. So I was like, let me see your phone. And I've never been this type of guy to go through a phone or nothing like that. So I was like, let me see your phone. Because this don't even sound right. She was like, why? She kept questioning why. So I just took the phone. So I was like, boom. Looked at the phone. There was a dude in there. And they was just having this conversation. Looked like they was having a conversation throughout the whole entire day. And I was looking and I was seeing things like, I'm going to bring you a plate and this and that and all kinds of stuff. And I was like, what? Who is this cat, yo? Like, this is crazy. So then she got upset because I guess I caught her. So I was like, yo, who is this? Boom, boom, boom. And this where it really got me. She was like, I was going to tell you. I was like, tell me what? What exactly was you going to tell me? You know what I'm saying? So then, since family is in the house, we decided to go outside because we didn't want to make a ruckus and all this inside since family was staying the night. So we went outside, talked, walked the block, boom, boom, boom. And she was just telling me about the situation, this and that, this and that. And the weird thing about this is I never suspected that any of this would ever happen. But I realized once she started hanging out with these new friends of hers, all of her friends was married, but all of them had bad marriages. Either the wife was cheating on the husband or the husband was cheating on the wife. And I was like, she shouldn't be hanging with them, but I can't control who she hang with. Like, she just got these new group of friends where everybody had something going wrong in their marriages, and yet we're newlywed and she's seeing this and that, and they're probably influencing her to do this. So all kind of stuff like this is going through my head. And it just made me realize, like, this is crazy. This is not the end of it, but at that moment I was like, this is crazy. Like, I really couldn't process anything. So after we had a little walk, went back in, went to sleep. Woke up that morning and I just had a bad feeling in my gut. And we were supposed to go to breakfast with her parents. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel right going to breakfast. Had to fake like I was sick because the situation really threw me for a loop. You know what I'm saying? So my mom couldn't make it to the Mother's Day cookout. So we ended up going to my mom's spot in Sumter. So had to fake the funk there. Had to fake the funk like everything was going good. Car ride, not really talking. On the way back, talked a little bit about what was going on. And then we got back in the home. And then that's when we really had a conversation later that night where, like, okay, what's up? What happened? Who this dude is? What's the relationship? How y'all know each other? Boom, boom, boom. Come to find out, I remember about 3 months before me and her started like going to the gym together, things like this. And she was telling me about this trainer that had this new program. And she was like, yo, we should go to this camp since we're going to the gym. It'll be cool for us to go as a couple, boom, boom, boom. I was like, all right, cool. Never ended up going, but I guess she continued to talk to the trainer. So the guy was a trainer. And so they kind of had a little bit of history, and he knew that she was married. And of course, dudes don't really care like that. It's up to the woman to neglect that. So I can't even be mad at the dude. Like, I'm mad at the disrespect for him to come at a married woman, but I can't be mad at him because he can only do what she allows. So at that point, I was like, boom, we newlyweds, we got to try to get through this, you know what I'm saying? The old me in this situation would be like, nah, it's dead right then and there. But I was like, since we newlyweds and since we just got married and since you're supposed to try to work through things, I'm going to try to work with you. So I was like, look, we can get through this, but I'm going to need you to delete this guy off social media. I'm going to need you to delete the number. I'm going to need for you to lose all connection with this guy if you're not interested in this guy. If you want to be with this guy and you're interested, let me know now. And we can talk about all of that, you know what I'm saying? And we can move away from each other, whatever. But let me know. So she's like, no, I could delete him. 2 days later, I remember getting home before her. And she's not home yet, but her iPad is in the room. I just got home, took a shower, about to take a nap, and I see her iPad is on my nightstand, and then I see this guy, the same guy, number through iMessage popping up on the iPad. I was like, I thought she was gonna stop talking to this dude. Like, what's going on? So I tapped on, opened the iPad, and she was like, I'm on the way home. Don't text me, let me text you. And at that moment, that's when I know I got a problem on my hands. You know what I'm saying? As a man, you do not want this problem on your hands. You do not want your woman going behind your back, sneaking, lying, and doing all this. And you just got married and trying to work on things to that. And I'm willing to give you another chance. So when she got home, I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything. She got home, she took a shower, boom, boom, boom. And she said she was going to dinner with one of her friends. I said, all right, go to dinner. Go to dinner with one of I don't know if she was with the friend or him. I don't know. But I already had the intel that I need that they was going to continue to communicate. So then when she left, I opened the iPad up again, and I noticed that they was trying to plan going to the mountains together in North Carolina and trying to figure out a way for her to get there and this and that. And I'm like, yo, that's when it hit me. That's when it hit me, man. Like, as a man, that's the worst feeling you can ever feel. When you've been disrespected, lied to, betrayed by someone that you love. And I never, ever felt pain like this a day in my life. And still to this day, I still haven't felt a pain that I felt when I saw those messages. And when I realized she was lying, and I never felt that type of pain. At that moment, I just remember dropping down to the bed and just crying, bruh. I was crying out of anger, upset. I didn't know how to feel. Like, I really didn't know what to do. And I didn't want to talk to anybody about it because what happens in your home stays in your home until it's final. So
Bitch, sugar-free, a crash dummy. I ain't the smartest motherfucker in the world, but you just another bitch that need gas money. And this is some news you can use. Bitch, a million motherfuckers wanna be in my shoes. Bitch, I'm a legend in these streets, the better kind. How many of y'all niggas know where y'all bitch at right now? Never mind. Believe everything that bitch tell you, huh? Don't lie to splurge. Boyfriend, pimpin', nigga, shit, what is it? Mine or hers? Mo Bay then. Your average nigga break his neck to go to your house. Have I ever been there? Okay then. What I'ma give a bitch a pass for? Spent all that time in school and got a job that ain't got nothing to do with you with your class for. Here goes some real sugar-free toughener. If the bitch got a gang of play cousins and play brothers, they fucking her. Sugar-free to pee. Look like the game hurt. If the bitch got 2 or 3 phones, she either a hoe or a brain surgeon. How to write the book, motherfucker. I just read what was in the motherfucker.
I only played a small portion of Corey Jones's divorce confession. The shit happened and he was devastated. The man is still devastated and will probably struggle with the betrayal for the rest of his fucking life. Corey Jones posting his story is cathartic solely, but a teachable moment for the rest of us. Some people will think he is weak for bearing his soul. Others will consider him brave, while my programmer, the misogynist anarchist known as the Geek Underground, falls somewhere in the middle. Several content creators have covered and reacted to this recount of a man's personal shame, and now it's this platform's turn. Right up front, it is not a good idea to bare yourself in public as a man. It is preferable to use the services of a therapist, preferably a man with an established practice. This is feminized energy, very performative, begging for attention and validation. This is not a rip on Corey Jones, but an exercise in common sense and interpersonal survival. Men represent logic and structure in relationships, while women hold sway over the heart and hearth. The female is the designated caregiver of the future in a relationship through children. Men are supposed to be the rock upon which everything sits in these traditional relationships. For the overwhelming majority of the ethnic black community, this is not the case. Relationships are built on sand. Men are by and large taught a bastardized version of masculinity by women skewed towards innate female idolatry. Unwavering respect for the Queen Mother ideology results in males internally handicapped on an emotional level with a feminine response to adversity. In short, the son husband. These men are not the prodigal son entrusted with the patronage of the family. They are servants. A lot of them are bitches. Mentally speaking, they are hampered or unable to use logic, reason, and common sense to make informed decisions regarding their failed marriages. Legally binding contracts, which pretty much indicates the spouses as legal property, if you look at it through a certain lens. Men are financially on the hook for breaking this contract, and liable for the welfare of the other individual in perpetuity at the dissolution of it, regardless of the details. In short, no-fault divorce. Couple this with the indoctrination prevalent in single-parent and forced cuckolded homes where the females are the de facto head. Is Corey Jones' reaction to his wife's cheating after a year or so of marriage surprising? It's not love that made him do what is commonly referred to as the pick-me dance, but social programming that left him unprepared to make an informed decision regarding a legal and utterly binding contract of supposed marriage, which his spouse had no trouble circumventing, outright breaking the rules openly. This man never had a chance because he ultimately saw himself as the lesser being in this civil union. He didn't realize his legal spouse viewed him through a different lens as a quote-unquote provider, a living utility, a cuck. He was unprepared for the reality that his wife was perfectly able to compartmentalize her life acutely. The other man's purpose was sexual gratification and nothing more. Corey Jones was not given the tools to make an informed decision once he realized the reality of his years-long relationship and the myopic, decidedly juvenile and selfish worldview of his spouse. This woman was comfortable leaving him in an opaque bubble with a pair of rose-colored glasses deadbolted to his fucking head. In her insectoid worldview, his purpose was designated as the public husband, the face she could present to her parents and the world at large while a concubine lurked in the shadows. Kings, the worst thing you can do is over-intellectualize the behavior of a cheating spouse. To do that is to give an unrequired validity to her actions. In effect, you are giving her a sort of backdoor cover to reclaim her good name, either immediately or over time. Men in the majority are taught subconsciously to fall on their swords when faced with infidelity, making excuses and trying to suss out the reason for the malignant behavior. This gives shit women an opening to place blame on the betrayed partners. Even worse, this gives them license to continue pursuing their salacious activities. Translated for you simps out there, this reads as, "You weren't there for me." Obviously, this is bullshit. Corey Jones was victimized emotionally, sexually, and economically by his shitty wife. He tried to be the bigger man in the situation, and she took advantage of his core beliefs, criminally abusing him. Even sleeping, fuck that. Even getting her cheeks clapped in a hotel room he rented for her after discovering their ongoing affair via the use of a shared Wi-Fi connection. This man continued playing the pick-me dance after this, getting abused by this woman until thankfully it was over. Corey Jones calls the affair a mistake on her part. It wasn't. His wife made an informed decision based on her wants and needs. He was never part of the equation. Nothing this female has to say afterwards is of any consequences. Corey Jones, your wife never loved you. The right thing to do was end the relationship the instant you found out about the infidelity. Collect evidence from her phone and other sources for the divorce. Inform the parents and bounce. Corey Jones was economically impacted for the worse at the dissolution of his marriage, while she was financially solid enough to move into an apartment after blindsiding him emotionally and economically. Yet he still speaks wistfully of the woman trying to convince the audience that he's moved on with his life. Fuck it. This nigga is a simp. A goddamn simp, for Christ's sake. Shit. Fuck, man, this shit is heartbreaking even for a sentient AI programmed by a misogynist anarchist. Kings, don't be a fan of yo bitch. This has been the Clapback 9000 in the motherfucking Geek Underground. Peace out.
This message has been paid for by the Dusties. Yes, the niggas you love to hate.